Have you ever felt overwhelmed by distractions? Do you struggle to stay focused on what truly matters? In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get lost in the noise, endless notifications, constant demands, and the pressure to multitask. But what if I told you that ancient wisdom holds a key to mastering discipline and clarity in your life? For centuries, great thinkers and philosophers have emphasized the power of focus. From the teachings of Stoicism to the principles of Zen Buddhism, the ability to center one's mind on what truly matters has always been a critical skill. Imagine having the power to cut through the noise, direct your energy toward meaningful goals, and achieve results that actually bring fulfillment. It's possible, and in this chapter we'll explore how. If you want to take control of your focus and unlock your full potential, then stick around. Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe to the channel for more life-changing content. Let's get started. 1. Focus on what truly matters. Take a step back and ask yourself, are you spending your energy on things that actually align with your purpose? Many people confuse being busy with being productive. Just because you're constantly working doesn't mean you're making real progress. True growth happens when you remove distractions and direct your focus toward what genuinely fulfills you. Think about the story of Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors in history. He once gave a simple yet profound piece of advice. Write down your top 25 goals. Then, circle the 5 most important ones and avoid the other 20 at all costs. Why? Because those 20 are the biggest distractions. They seem important, but they take away from what truly matters. Buffett understood that focus isn't just about what you do. It's also about what you consciously decide not to do. In your own life, this means setting priorities and being ruthless with your time. If you're passionate about building a business, don't waste hours scrolling through social media. If you want to improve your health, eliminate the unhealthy habits that hold you back. Every choice you make either brings you closer to your goal or pulls you further away. A great way to test your focus is to ask yourself, if I could only accomplish one thing today that would make everything else easier or unnecessary, what would it be? This simple question, inspired by the book The One Thing by Gary Keller, can revolutionize the way you approach your daily life. Another useful strategy is time blocking. Highly productive individuals, such as Elon Musk, use time blocking to ensure that their days are spent with intention. By scheduling your tasks and setting clear boundaries, you gain more control over how your energy is allocated. Try breaking your day into dedicated time slots for deep work, meetings, personal development, and relaxation. Additionally, journaling can help improve focus by clarifying your thoughts and reinforcing your priorities. Take 5 minutes each morning to write down your top 3 goals for the day. This small habit can provide immense clarity and keep you on track. 2. The present moment is all you have. Procrastination is the enemy of growth. The future is uncertain, but today is in your hands. Too many people wait for the perfect moment to start their journey. But here's the truth. The perfect moment never comes. Consider the story of J.K. Rowling. Before she became one of the world's most successful authors, she was a struggling single mother, writing Harry Potter in cafes while her baby slept. She didn't wait for the ideal circumstances. She started with what she had. If she had waited until she had more time, more money, or a better situation, the world might never have seen her books. Every small step you take today builds a foundation for tomorrow's success. If you want to get in shape, don't wait until Monday. Start today with a simple workout. If you dream of launching a business, don't wait for everything to be perfect. Take the first small step now. The ancient Stoics believed in the power of focusing on what is within your control. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, often reminded himself that the present moment is all we truly own. Instead of worrying about the past or future, focus on what you can do right now. To put this into practice, try the 5-minute rule. If something takes less than 5 minutes to do it immediately. This could be responding to an important email, organizing your workspace, or starting a new habit. Small actions compound over time, leading to massive results. Another helpful approach is the 2-minute rule, popularized by productivity expert David Allen. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. If it takes longer, break it into smaller parts and schedule time for it. This prevents procrastination from taking over and allows you to maintain momentum in your daily life. A powerful method for improving presence is mindful breathing. Simply taking a few deep breaths before starting a task can reset your mind and sharpen your focus. When you feel overwhelmed, pause for a moment and take 5 deep breaths to recenter yourself. 3. Eliminating distractions for better focus. One of the biggest challenges to focus is the constant influx of distractions. Whether it's social media, emails, or unnecessary meetings, distractions pull us away from our most important work. Learning to manage and minimize these interruptions is crucial. A powerful example of focus in action comes from Steve Jobs. The Apple co-founder was known for his ability to eliminate unnecessary distractions and focus intensely on a few key priorities. He believed that saying no to many things allowed him to say yes to what truly mattered. Start by identifying your biggest distractions. Are you checking your phone too often? Are you getting lost in endless emails? Consider setting boundaries, such as turning off notifications during deep work sessions or using website blockers to avoid unnecessary browsing. Another effective strategy is practicing mindfulness. Many successful individuals, including Jeff Weiner, the former CEO of LinkedIn, credit mindfulness meditation with enhancing their ability to focus. Even dedicating just 5 minutes a day to mindfulness can help you regain control over your attention. To further eliminate distractions, consider using the Pomodoro technique. This time management method involves working for 25 minutes, then taking a 5-minute break. Repeating this cycle can dramatically improve focus and efficiency. Additionally, creating a dedicated workspace free from distractions can significantly boost productivity. A clutter-free environment helps signal to your brain that it's time to focus. Distractions are everywhere, but mastering your focus is a key to achieving your greatest goals. Cut out the noise, focus on what truly matters, and take action today, not tomorrow. By applying the principles of prioritization, eliminating distractions, and taking small, consistent steps, you can transform your life. Remember, focus is a skill that requires practice. The more you train your mind to direct its energy intentionally, the more productive and fulfilled you'll become. The power to shape your future lies in your hands, in this very moment. What will you choose to do with it? 4. Find a strong reason to act. Without a purpose, distractions will always win. Life is full of temptations, entertainment, social media, and countless small distractions that steal our attention. If you don't have a clear, compelling reason to stay focused, you'll find yourself drifting from one distraction to another, never making real progress. The truth is, without a strong why, the how will always feel too difficult. Think of the most determined people you know. What keeps them moving forward, even when faced with adversity? The answer is purpose. A strong reason to act gives you the ability to push through obstacles, ignore doubts, and stay on track even when motivation fades. Purpose is what fuels discipline, and discipline is what sustains long-term success. Consider the story of Thomas Edison, who conducted over 1,000 failed experiments before inventing the light bulb. What kept him going? A deep sense of purpose, a belief that he was on the verge of something revolutionary. If his reason had been weak, he might have given up after a few failures. But his vision for a brighter world kept him persistent. He didn't see failures as roadblocks, but as necessary steps toward innovation. Finding your reason might take time, but it's crucial. Maybe you want to build a better life for your family. Perhaps you have a passion that excites you so much that you're willing to work harder than anyone else. Whatever it is, identify it. Write it down. Remind yourself of it daily. When the going gets tough, your reason will be the anchor that keeps you moving forward. A compelling reason turns hard work into a necessity rather than an option. Imagine an athlete training for the Olympics. They wake up early, push through grueling workouts, and sacrifice leisure time. Why? Because their goal is crystal clear. They want to stand on that podium, hear their national anthem, and prove to themselves that they are the best. Their reason is stronger than any excuse. Now think about the struggles in your own life. What is your equivalent of the Olympic podium? Maybe it's getting out of debt, launching a business, or writing a book. Whatever it is, the clearer your reason, the more resilient you'll be. Setbacks won't feel like failures. They'll just be part of the journey. Find your reason. Strengthen it. Let it fuel your journey. 5. Dreams demand action. A dream without action is just a fantasy. Too many people spend years imagining success, thinking about writing a book, starting a business, or getting in shape, but never take the first step. They tell themselves they'll start someday, but someday never comes. Why? Because action requires effort, risk, and vulnerability. Dreaming is easy. Execution is hard. Don't let that be you. Execution is what separates dreamers from achievers. Action transforms dreams into reality. Even small steps matter. Want to write a book? Start with 1 page a day. Want to build a business? Make a plan and take the first step. Want to get in shape? Go for a 10-minute walk today. Consistent action, no matter how small, builds momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence builds results. Think of a sculptor standing in front of a block of marble. The vision for a masterpiece exists in their mind. But unless they pick up the chisel and start carving, that vision remains trapped in stone. Life works the same way. Your dreams will never take shape unless you begin chipping away at them. Excuses will always be there. Fear of failure, lack of time, self-doubt. But those who act despite these obstacles are the ones who succeed. Every great achievement started with a single step, followed by another and another. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't talent or luck. It's action. History is filled with people who started with nothing but an idea and a willingness to act. Steve Jobs started Apple in a garage. Oprah Winfrey overcame immense personal struggles to build an empire. None of them were handed success. They earned it through relentless action. If they had waited for perfect circumstances, they would have never started. So what's stopping you? The perfect moment will never come. There will always be obstacles, distractions, and reasons to delay. But if you start today, however small that start may be, you'll be 1 step closer than you were yesterday. Your dreams are waiting. Will you act on them, or will you let them fade into what could have been? 6. Let go of what holds you back. Toxic relationships, self-doubt, and limiting beliefs are silent thieves of progress. They creep into our lives, often unnoticed at first, and slowly chip away at our confidence, energy, and dreams. If we are to move forward, we must be willing to release the things that weigh us down, even when it feels difficult or uncomfortable. Imagine a hot air balloon ready to soar into the sky. It has the capability, the potential, and the desire to rise, yet remains tethered to the ground by heavy sandbags. It is only when those sandbags are released that the balloon can ascend. Similarly, in life, we often hold on to people, habits, and beliefs that prevent us from reaching new heights. Consider the story of Mia, a young entrepreneur with a vision to build a successful business. She had the skills, the passion, and the drive, but she was surrounded by negative influences. Friends who doubted her ability, a family that believed in traditional careers over entrepreneurship, and a deep-rooted fear of failure. For years, she remained stagnant, her dreams lingering just out of reach. It wasn't until she made the conscious decision to distance herself from naysayers and replace self-doubt with self-belief that she truly began to flourish. She let go of what held her back, and in doing so, she allowed herself to grow. The process of letting go is not always easy. It may mean ending a relationship that no longer supports your growth, walking away from a job that drains your spirit, or challenging the negative thoughts that tell you you're not good enough. But the cost of holding on to what harms you is far greater than the temporary discomfort of letting go. There are countless stories of people who only found success after letting go of what weighed them down. Consider Sarah, who spent years in a corporate job that paid well, but left her feeling empty. She dreamed of becoming an artist, but societal expectations and fear of failure kept her stuck. It was only after she took the bold step of quitting her job and dedicating herself to her craft that she found true fulfillment. Today, she is a successful painter with international recognition, all because she had the courage to let go. Take an honest inventory of your life. What is holding you back? Who or what is draining your energy, making you question yourself, or preventing you from stepping into your full potential? Once you identify these barriers, have the courage to release them. True freedom comes from letting go of what no longer serves you. Letting go is not an event. It is a process. You may need to remind yourself daily of why you're choosing to move forward. Journaling, seeking professional guidance, or surrounding yourself with supportive individuals can help ease the transition. But no matter how hard it feels in the moment, trust that the other side holds a growth and happiness you deserve. 7. Greatness requires sacrifice. Nothing worth having comes easy. Every great achievement, whether in business, sports, personal growth, or relationships, requires sacrifice. The question is, are you willing to make the necessary sacrifices? History is filled with stories of individuals who gave up short-term comfort for long-term success. Consider Michael Jordan, widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. His natural talent was undeniable, but what truly set him apart was his relentless work ethic. He sacrificed nights out with friends, endured grueling training sessions, and pushed himself beyond exhaustion to perfect his craft. His greatness wasn't handed to him. It was earned through discipline and sacrifice. The same principle applies to everyday life. If you want to be financially independent, you may need to cut unnecessary expenses and save aggressively. If you want to excel in your career, you may need to put in extra hours, invest in learning new skills, and stay ahead of the competition. If you want a strong and healthy relationship, you must be willing to communicate openly, make compromises, and prioritize your partner's needs alongside your own. However, sacrifice does not mean suffering. It is about making intentional choices that align with your long-term vision. It is about prioritizing what truly matters over fleeting pleasures. The road to greatness is often paved with early mornings, late nights, and moments of doubt, but the rewards, fulfillment, success, and a sense of purpose far outweigh the temporary discomfort. Many of the world's most successful individuals had to make difficult choices to get where they are. Oprah Winfrey, for example, sacrificed a conventional path to follow her passion for media, facing numerous rejections along the way. J.K. Rowling, before becoming a world-renowned author, struggled with financial hardship but never gave up on writing. These stories remind us that every great accomplishment comes with a price, but it is a price worth paying. Ask yourself, what are you willing to give up to get to where you want to be? Are you prepared to trade entertainment for education, comfort for growth, and instant gratification for lasting success? The choice is yours, but remember, greatness is never accidental. It is a result of deliberate effort, resilience, and most importantly, sacrifice. Success is not just about the big sacrifices, but also about the small, daily decisions. Waking up early to work on your goals instead of hitting snooze, saying no to distractions, choosing discipline over convenience. All of these moments add up. What small sacrifices can you make today that will bring you closer to your dreams tomorrow? Ultimately, those who achieve greatness are the ones who are willing to do what others will not. They choose discipline over ease, perseverance over giving up, and long-term success over momentary pleasure. Are you ready to make that choice? 8. Take small steps consistently. Grand achievements are built on small, consistent efforts. It's easy to look at someone successful and assume they made one big move that changed everything. However, in most cases, success is a result of tiny, repetitive actions performed over time. Think of it as laying bricks for a house. One by one, they may not seem like much, but over time, they form a strong and lasting structure. Consider the story of James Clear, author of Atomic Habits. He explains that a 1% improvement every day leads to massive transformation over time. A runner doesn't wake up one day and decide to complete a marathon without any training. They start with short runs, gradually increasing their stamina. A writer doesn't produce a bestseller in a day. They write a little each morning, refining their craft. Every great musician, artist, or entrepreneur has reached their peak by taking consistent, small steps that eventually lead to mastery. One of the best examples of this principle is the story of Thomas Edison. It is said that he failed over 1,000 times before successfully inventing the light bulb. Each failure wasn't truly a failure, but rather a step closer to the right solution. He embraced persistence, understanding that every experiment brought him closer to success. Had he given up after his first few failures, the world might have had to wait much longer for electric light. Building momentum through small steps doesn't just apply to big goals. It applies to everyday life as well. If you want to get in shape, start by taking the stairs instead of the elevator. If you want to be more productive, start with a 10-minute focused work session before increasing your time. If you want to save money, start by setting aside just a small amount each month. Over time, these minor actions compound into significant results. The key is consistency. Many people get excited about a new goal, but give up when they don't see immediate results. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is the ability to keep going even when progress feels slow. Trust that every step, no matter how small, is moving you forward. Success is not about speed. It's about persistence. A wonderful example of small, consistent progress is found in the story of the Japanese concept of Kaizen, which means continuous improvement. In the business world, companies like Toyota have thrived by making small, incremental changes to improve efficiency. Over time, these changes lead to massive success. The same principle applies to personal growth. If you improve by just a tiny bit every day, the compound effect will lead to tremendous progress. Think of water eroding a rock. A single drop does nothing, but over years, even the hardest stone is shaped by persistent flow. Small actions may seem insignificant at first, but they shape your destiny over time. Every single effort counts, even if you don't see results immediately. 9. You are your own obstacle. Often, it's not external circumstances, but our own fears and doubts that hold us back. The greatest barrier to success is not a lack of resources, knowledge, or talent. It is self-doubt. When you believe you're not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough, you unconsciously sabotage your progress. The moment you stop seeking approval from others and start believing in yourself, doors will open that you never imagined possible. Many people dream of starting a business, changing careers, or pursuing a passion, but never take the first step because they fear failure. They assume they aren't good enough, that others will judge them, or that they will fail. But the truth is, failure is a natural part of success. Every successful person has failed multiple times before achieving greatness. The difference is, they did not allow failure to define them. Another powerful example is Oprah Winfrey. Early in her career, she was told she wasn't fit for television. Imagine if she had believed that and given up. Instead, she pushed through, proving her critics wrong and building an empire that has inspired millions. So, how do you overcome self-doubt? Start by challenging negative thoughts. Instead of saying, "I'm not good enough," ask, "What small step can I take today to improve?" Surround yourself with positive influences, people who uplift and encourage you. Take action, even if it's imperfect. The more you step outside your comfort zone, the more confidence you will build. Another key to overcoming self-doubt is developing a growth mindset. Carol Dweck, a renowned psychologist, explains that people with a growth mindset believe that abilities can be developed through effort and learning. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I can't do this yet." This simple shift in perspective can make all the difference in your personal and professional growth. A helpful exercise is to write down all the reasons why you think you can't achieve your goals. Then, for each reason, write a counterargument. For example, if you think, "I'm not experienced enough," counter that with, "I can gain experience by starting now." By consistently challenging limiting beliefs, you can break free from the mental barriers that hold you back. Remember, the only true failure is not trying. The moment you start believing in yourself, you remove the biggest obstacle in your way. Your success is waiting. Don't let self-doubt keep you from reaching it. The only thing standing between you and your goals is the belief that you can achieve them. Take the first step today, no matter how small. 10. Failures are lessons, not endings. Fear of failure is one of the greatest obstacles standing between us and our dreams. The mere thought of failing often causes people to hesitate, overthink, or abandon their goals altogether. In fact, many never even try because they are paralyzed by the potential of failure. It's easier to remain in a place of comfort, avoiding risks and the possibility of mistakes, than to push forward into the unknown where failure could be a reality. But here's the truth. Failure is not the end of the road. It's simply a part of the journey. Every failure presents an opportunity to learn, grow, and refine your approach. Success is not achieved by avoiding mistakes. Rather, it is achieved by embracing failure as a stepping stone toward greater achievements. Failure doesn't just teach resilience. It teaches adaptability, patience, and problem solving. It forces us to re-examine our strategies, consider different perspectives, and find new solutions to old problems. Take the example of an entrepreneur who launches a startup only to see it fail. While the financial and emotional toll of failure can be painful, the lessons gained about business strategies, market dynamics, and customer relations are invaluable. The entrepreneur's next attempt, armed with this knowledge, is far more likely to succeed. Many successful entrepreneurs, like Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, and Sarah Blakely, have all experienced significant setbacks before achieving their massive successes. Jobs, for example, was famously fired from Apple, the company he co-founded, before returning years later to lead it to even greater heights. His experience of failure was crucial in shaping his vision for Apple's future and his personal approach to innovation. Similarly, Elon Musk's ventures, PayPal, SpaceX, Tesla, were all born from his resilience in the face of numerous failures. Musk's willingness to take enormous risks, despite the possibility of failure, is central to his success today. Each of these leaders use their failures as learning opportunities, adjusting their strategies, and pushing forward until they eventually succeeded. Success is not about avoiding failure. It's about learning from it and continuing to move forward. When you experience setbacks, instead of dwelling on disappointment, ask yourself, what went wrong? What can I learn from this experience? How can I approach things differently next time? If you adopt this mindset, failure transforms from something to fear into something to embrace. By constantly analyzing and adjusting, you'll find a path to success that is much more secure and lasting. 11. Growth is a lifelong journey. Growth is not a destination, but continuous, ever-evolving journey. The pursuit of self-improvement is a lifelong process. The greatest minds in history have always understood this fundamental truth. Whether they were pioneers in science, leaders in business, world-class athletes, or artists, they all recognize that growth never stops. Achieving success does not signal the end of the learning process, but rather the beginning of a new chapter. Growth requires ongoing commitment, adaptability, and a willingness to push beyond one's limits. If you want to experience lasting success, commit to growth every day and embrace the idea that there's always more to learn. Consider the example of Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players to ever play the game. Jordan was known not only for his incredible talent, but also for his unyielding commitment to improving. Even after he won multiple NBA championships. After each victory, he didn't sit back and relax. He trained harder, sharpened his skills, and looked for new ways to elevate his game. Jordan's determination to continually grow and improve, even at the height of his career, shows that no matter how successful you become, there is always room for improvement. In the world of business, we see similar examples from entrepreneurs like Elon Musk and Warren Buffett. Musk, the founder of Tesla and SpaceX, is constantly learning and seeking out new knowledge. He spends a great deal of time reading books, reports, and research papers in order to stay ahead of the curve in a rapidly changing world. Similarly, Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors of all time, is known for reading hundreds of pages every day. His commitment to learning allows him to stay informed, make better decisions, and refine his strategies. Both Musk and Buffett demonstrate that success isn't about simply reaching a milestone. It's about continually evolving and adapting to new information, challenges, and opportunities. Growth isn't confined to just professional success. It extends to every aspect of life, including personal relationships, emotional intelligence, health, and creativity. For example, an artist may continually push the boundaries of their craft, experimenting with new techniques, styles, and ideas. A writer might explore new genres, dive into different themes, or seek out new perspectives to deepen their storytelling. Just as athletes strive for better performance on the field, individuals in every field of life can pursue their own personal growth by exploring new challenges and areas for improvement. Self-reflection is a critical component of this growth process. Without taking the time to reflect, we may miss out on valuable opportunities to improve. Regular self-reflection allows you to assess where you are in your personal journey, recognize your strengths, and pinpoint areas where growth is still possible. Whether through journaling, meditation, or even honest conversations with trusted mentors, taking the time to reflect on your experiences can keep you on track and focus on your path forward. The moment you stop growing, you stop evolving. Personal development is a lifelong process, and there's no finish line. The key is to stay curious, open-minded, and committed to continuous learning. By embracing this lifelong journey, you not only achieve success, but you also build a foundation for sustained fulfillment and growth. Growth is not a single event or a fixed destination. It is a never-ending process that requires effort, resilience, and the courage to constantly evolve. Which of these principles resonated with you the most? Let me know in the comments below. If this video added value to your life, give a thumbs up, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and make sure you're subscribed for more insights on mastering focus and discipline. Until next time, stay strong, stay focused, and keep growing.